Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Breakup Diet. Today is a very exciting episode because
it's our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 1 year.
Where has the time gone? Yes.
I don't know.
I'm getting kind of emotional because we've gone through a lot in this last year.
We've had a heavy year. Actually, I didn't think that this would be a catalyst for a lot of breakups. Not just relationship breakups, job breakups, situationship breakups.
It's just, I guess it's kind of pushed a massive change in our lives. This time last year, we were completely different people. We were with people. We had serious jobs. And look at us now. What have you learned the last year?
About breakups or in general?
What's the breakup diet taught you this year?
Let's switch it up. We've been holding back way too much. Welcome to the Breakup Diet.
Breakups have taught me to just trust the process, and sometimes you have to go into the lowest parts to then have this massive growth. And also that you cannot really put a time frame on it or an expectation because every single one is so different and you can feel so different.
It really is such a patient game.
What have you learned?
The biggest things that I've learned is to put myself first, put my happiness first. And I think this year is especially big for that because for the first time in 7 years, I'm actually properly single, which is crazy to think of because I used to be so crazily boy obsessed. But it's been a year of learning where I'm like, okay, what do I actually want in a partner? Am I those qualities? Actually, I'm not, because I want a rich and successful partner. I'm not rich and successful yet. So this is the year. And I think next year is going to be the same, where I just want to put my head first in career because 7 years in a relationship, I think there has to be a time where it's like, okay, focus on your work, see where that takes you, because that's going to take you to places further than a man can.
Yeah. And also we had somebody on the podcast actually this week and they were saying about how you kind of have to be that if you want to meet if you want to meet a certain type of person, you have to be like
that person.
Yeah, that person or someone that person would like too. So you know what I mean? Then some really successful, motivated person isn't necessarily going to want a bum.
Yep. And I think, that's also a big lesson that we've both learned is to hold yourself accountable. You can shift the blame, and some of the blame is rightful. Yes, our partners in the past have not been right for us, but equally that is also when you reflect on yourselves and your traits and your behaviors and think, okay, surely I can move from this, surely I can grow from this so that I don't attract that kind of person anymore.
Yeah, but it is a process. First you gotta just be sad and then you come up to the level up of being on the high road.
100%. I think that's how the breakup diet started for me, because that was when it started my journey in my level up, really.
Hang on, let's stop this for a sec.
Subscribe and follow the Breakup Diet. You don't want to miss another episode.
The breakup diet entered your life in a very... you were in a relationship.
Yeah, the breakup diet manifested into me getting dumped. I was me breaking up with my boyfriend. I didn't even break up with my boyfriend, even though I gave myself advice to break up with my boyfriend many times. I still couldn't do it, so...
It's so interesting for you because you're you've been through every single cycle possible, all while doing this.
Yeah, it's quite hard, to be honest, because you don't want to really talk about breakups necessarily when you're going through a breakup, because it makes you... my emotions were crazy. So we had to cancel so many episodes because I was coming off as somebody that I don't want to come off as, because I was so hurt and angry and the emotions were so high that although, yes, I felt valid in what I was feeling and I agree with what I was feeling, the way that I portrayed myself, I didn't like.
And I think sometimes you don't want to immortalize sad emotions, which is why on social media you only see happy stuff, because no one wants to keep seeing pictures or videos of them crying.
Yeah.
We'll be super raw with the stuff that we have felt, but in the moment it is just impossible to be in front of a camera and actually...
I did cry so many times.
Yeah.
We've both cried on the podcast.
Yeah, I cried with my ex literally next to me, like, but it's one of those things. I'm so grateful for everything, and I'm grateful for all the people we've met through this podcast, like all the therapists, all the fun, like, reality TV stars. Every single guest we've had, I have learned something so valuable, and I genuinely can, like, name a singular advice from each of the guests because they've, like, all kind of touched me.
Yeah.
Some have physical... No, kidding.
You can guess who. Yeah.
It's really obvious.
That's funny. Yeah, we have had such amazing guests, and they all have, although I've noticed, like, a few of the times, like, they have similar advice, or the methods are kind of similar. Also, we've learned so many, like, things that we wouldn't have thought of, or that might seem obvious, but you don't think of.
Sometimes you need, like, a prompt or a push to think the obvious things. Sometimes you just don't want to face them yet. And then when you have, like, a professional therapist, you're kind of forced to face some truths that, like, we personally have kind of been like, oh, I'm not ready to face that. Like, with Paige, I think she was the first ever breakup coach. Like, for her, with me, was probably one of the most intense filming sessions because I learned a lot of things that I just wasn't ready to learn yet.
Yeah, that is the thing also with breakups, is you have to be ready to let go, to move on, to process, all of that sort of stuff. It actually does start with you, and you have to be in a spot of you want to do that. Otherwise, all our advice, everything doesn't matter. Like, really?
You have to sit with every single stage of grief to get to an actual place where you can start working on yourself.
Yeah.
You have to sit with the sadness. Equally, you have to sit with the happiness. And it's funny because sometimes sitting with the happiness is harder. It's so easy to be depressed and, like, mopey and being miserable in bed, when being happier, somehow that's harder because you're like, oh no, this isn't going to last forever. Well, it will.
Yeah.
If you put your mind to it.
Yeah. So true. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually a quote from Kendall Jenner.
Oh.
Unexpected, right? I saw one of her Vogue interviews the other week and I'm like, damn. Because she's been, like, heavily therapized, and the advice that she gives, it's like, hopefully I'm the guest soon.
Yeah, a dream guest. Here we go.
Exactly. What's been, like, your highlight with a guest? Who's a guest that, like, left such an impactful mark on you?
Oh my God, all of them have, though. Literally every single one has, because all the advice is, like, so unique and also special and will help in, like, different situations. But somebody that I really, really, really loved having on was Lydia, because I love that whole energy stuff. So, like, that was really special, I thought, especially with like, hearing about Reiki. And I'm pretty sure she was the first person that told us about dancing it out.
Yes.
So I thought that was really
interesting. Have you tried that? Because I have, and it works. Sometimes you do gotta move your body, guys, to not be sad.
Yeah, also, though, it makes sense. Like, you know, when you need to clear your head and you go on a run. So, like, yeah, it's not dancing, but you do... That's what I do to clear my head too.
Yeah, you move your body and everything just kind of disappears.
But that's something I didn't think about before.
Same. Yeah. We've learned the value of actually just being active and not being stagnant, definitely with her.
What about you? Do you have a favorite?
Paige was really special. Having my ex on was really special. I think that was such a powerful way to kind of move on and come to terms with the fact that, okay, I'm single now for the first time in 7 years. Like, I think the reason he was meant to be a rebound, turned into someone that I really had an anxious attachment to. Learning how to detach, learning how to be my own person, having an identity outside of men and relationship. He was such a catalyst for that. Like,
to be fair, when we first met, you were way more, like, you're not boy obsessed at all now, but you were boy obsessed without being total
so boy crazy.
Yeah.
It's so icky, right?
Yeah, now you're complete opposite.
Now
that
I'm
is a
just
massive
like...
growth. I've just realized, like, because I always see you now as, like, not anti, but you're so, like, independent.
Career-focused, yeah.
You're like, ew, no, unless they just add to me, it's a no, you know? And then, but before, thinking about you when I first met you, that, without being horrible, wouldn't have been my first impression.
No, crazy, right? Like,
well done!
Like, a lot of people can't imagine me married anymore. And I'm like, babe, same. I can't even picture my life 5 years ago. But it's just one of those things when you've been in a relationship for so long, 7 years of my 20s, you know?
Yeah, it's a long time.
There has to be a time where I put myself first. And I see so many cases like with women like from older generations, even like, God forbid, like girls our age, where they just throw themselves into a relationship, they like neglect their career, they neglect their personal development, and they have to fend for themselves when the man unexpectedly leaves them. That's what happens to me. And I just never want that again, which is why, like, I guess which is why the breakup diet is such a personal mission for me, because I want women and people in general to empower themselves within themselves and find their sense of worth outside of relationships.
Yeah.
Because that's not the end goal in life. The end goal in life is to find the home within yourself.
Yeah.
And then connect with someone else after.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that is the biggest thing for like this podcast in general, which we have actually haven't spoken about, is it's all about empowerment and self-improvement and development. That's our like our main themes.
Like, that's why I was interested. That's why I was like, yes, do you need a co-host? Because it was such a personal thing for me, I guess.
Yeah, and it's nice because we're very different on like our journeys on that have been very different, which makes it nice because hopefully
you get so many different perspectives through us as well. And then with all of our guests, they've all been so amazing. Like, even the guys, the toxic things that we listen to, God.
Yeah. Oh, something's popped to my head that I have to say. If you are in a relationship and you're thinking he's not the one, or you're thinking of breaking up with him, it's not right. Break up. Don't waste your time as long as we did, because if you're having that thought, I don't think you should have that thought. And if it's a thought that's like consistently popping up in your head, maybe not even like, even if it's just there, it shouldn't be there.
I think so too, because the right person wouldn't make you doubt your relationship.
Yeah. And if you're feeling a certain way, like even if they're not telling you the correct stuff, like
trust your gut.
Yeah, trust your gut. Like if you're feeling like he's not in the relationship or he's pushing you away, he probably is, even if he's telling you he loves you. Like,
if the action doesn't match with the words, I'm sorry, it's a sign for you to kind of end it. That's a big lesson we've learned from all of our relationships, don't you reckon?
Yeah, I definitely learned that one, because I was, although I thought it and I felt in my, like myself, I thought that, I still was like, no, because
he would say the opposite of his actions.
Yeah, and only now when I've got the not validation, but I've
the closure,
and I know for a fact that it was because he told me. I'm like, I was right, and I should have just listened to myself instead of being like, no, I'm just thinking that's me, not, you know. Not the reality, because he's telling me I love you.
Your intuition is the most powerful thing. Only truly you know what's good for you, who's right for you. And if there's a sign, you gotta go for it. You gotta trust it. There's a reason why your brain is sending you these signals.
Yeah, literally. But it can't just be like one time. We've said this before, but you have to, I don't think you can make like an impulse decision on that sort of stuff.
No, 100%. If you're getting enough of a feeling that it's not right for you, then you have to go.
One thing that I have really learned about breakups is you have to do what you want to do, which might be like not great advice, but I feel like for me personally, maybe you have a different view, but I like to, if I really want to do something and I think it will make me feel better, even though it's not the stereotypical thing to do, I will still do it, because at the end of the day,
you got to trust your intuition.
Yeah. And I will feel better for it. Like, even if it makes like the outcome isn't what I want or expected, at least I've got there by myself, and I'm the reason I'm there, not because I've been told, oh, don't do this to be this, or don't do that to, you know, win the breakup, or
there's nothing to win. There's nothing to win. If a relationship's ended, there's no game, there's no competition. You have to do what's right. And if it helps you move on, sometimes, you might need to have the closure conversation one too many times. Literally, and it's normal.
Literally, because lots of people say with closure, like, if you don't want to get back with him, why bother? All this sort of stuff. Which, I do get too. That's like a self-preservation type of thing. But then also, for me, I needed it. I needed it.
And it was your first breakup as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's a bit more complex. Like, breakups after that, you don't even care for a closure.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll find out. Like, for me, when I started this journey with the breakup diet, I genuinely thought that I wouldn't get over my ex. Crazy. And the thing is, like, it's such a cliche advice and it's annoying to hear, but time does heal.
Literally.
Because now I'm like, I can't even imagine speaking to him. I can't even imagine being with him again, even though we had a great relationship. And like, you guys have seen us, like, our chemistry is great and everything, but it's just something that, you know what, I'm happy it happened and I'm so happy I've moved on, which is something I never thought I could have.
Yeah, fair. It's honestly a scary thing and you can't put the time on it, which is so hard and hurtful and confusing.
And you're like beating yourself up constantly. Like, I was beating myself up so much when we first started filming, being like, okay, I've been through a divorce. Why is the situationship holding me back? Why am I not being able to let go? You know, and honestly, sometimes, unfortunately, you just need like another year of healing and finding yourself to realize that, okay, it's done. You're over him. I feel very free and calm.
Yeah. I feel like we both feel very calm at the moment, actually, as people, which we weren't. We weren't.
We were very scatty because I was not over my like ex. You were in a relationship where you knew he was not right for you and you were just fighting for it because it's your first relationship and it's a very normal thing to do.
Yeah, and because it's not like the whole relationship was bad. Like, I had amazing times, like, where it was so nice.
That's what makes it so hard because you have such good times.
Yeah, and also you think like, oh, but life isn't amazing all the time. So like, maybe we're just having a bad little moment and then it'll be fine again. And it was never like the stereotypical, like, this is really bad, you have to leave. You know what I mean? It was more like subtle things.
It just wasn't bad enough.
Yeah.
And sometimes you guys don't need to be dragged so low to leave. Like, if it's just not good, leave. It doesn't have to be horrendous for you to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a learning for both of us.
I think so too. I think so too. Because I felt like back then, if like the relationship ended because he cheated, I would have been able to move on quicker. No. I should have been able to move on quick because he didn't want me anymore. That should be motivating enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's also sometimes really hard to believe that too, I think, to actually sit and believe, oh no, they don't want me. Because
it's a hard, like, truth to swallow.
And even if you don't want them, which is also interesting, like, it doesn't matter because everyone
somehow the rejection still hurts.
Yeah.
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 Like, with one of my exes, I knew I didn't want to be with him. I still stuck it out for God knows what. And then when he left, I'm like, how dare you? Because all this time, I've been thinking of leaving you and you do that to me? How dare you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's such a, like, mind game. And it's one of those things you just got to sit through the grief and eventually the time will come where you're like, oh, I'm going to heal from this. I'm going to learn from this.
Yeah, literally. One more thing for me that I've really learned is that I don't think love is something that you have to like make somebody like chase. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're in the right relationship and you want it and you both like, you don't have to like prove your worth or prove that you're lovable or prove anything because love
is about who choose you back to.
Yeah.
Love is mutual. Yeah. I think that's a big lesson that we've learned in this journey. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
You both have to hold yourself accountable with what you contribute to the relationship because it's a lot.
Yeah, and you both have to contribute to the bloody relationship.
Evenly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's all the time. Like, you don't always have to be exactly even, but like it's because it swings a bit too. Like otherwise
you have bad days, he has bad days, but the main thing is you guys are partners in this together. You guys are communicating and above all, like you are there for each other and you make that commitment to be there for each other.
Yeah, literally.
If that's not there, then the foundation of a relationship is just not strong enough.
Yeah, and one person will crack. Like as in whoever's putting in more of the work at one point will crack and then it will
it'll just end really badly. And I think that's a big lesson that we've learned. We've now learned that what we want in a relationship is basically just a nice, equal, calm partnership.
Yeah, the salt and pepper.
Truly, yeah, we want the balance of everything.
But that's also in friends too, I think. Because we talk a lot about relationships, but also the breakup diet is about
Friendship too. It's about relationships in general.
yeah, even with work, with friendships, with family, with all of it. Like, you should have people around you that, one, inspire you, that uplift you, that add in a positive way to your life. Like, you're not that you're just getting something from them, but like they're uplifting. And if they're not, like,
you gotta cut the cord.
yeah, it doesn't matter who they are, to be honest. Like, obviously, like, there's different situations, and you have to navigate that individually, but as a whole general way of speaking, don't let them bring you down.
Exactly. Like, your community has to be the people who are your number one ride or die, who are there for you, who want to be there for you.
You said something really, really good earlier before we started filming about choosing. Nowadays, you get to choose who you're around you.
Exactly. Nowadays, like, the people you have around you, especially if you like live out of home, you get to choose who gets access to you. Choose carefully, choose accordingly. You don't need to link yourself with people who don't want the best for you anymore, you know?
Yeah, because also you are taking people's energies from around you.
100%, yeah.
And that's why when you're in a relationship that might not be correct, even though they might be a fine person in general,
they'll drain you out. They'll drain your energy out. And in turn, your energy with other people is just declining. You can't be the best for everyone around you anymore because the one person that you need isn't there for you right now.
Yeah. So that's why you have to be careful and selective and try to, keep your community good.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So with the podcast, has it made you a better dater, or do you now feel you're more prone or more aware of icks?
No, I think maybe it's made me better because I'm less judgmental, actually, to be honest, yeah, so maybe I'd like see icks, but I also
understand them. Yeah,
and also like I feel like there's bigger things than an ick that are bad. You know what I mean? Like, an ick is like, oh, that's a bit gross, like I wouldn't do that, like whatever. But then in the grand scheme of things, I'm not going to pick someone for an ick that I find a bit like weird when they're not like a serial killer or, like a horrible person, or then got all these other great qualities. So I feel like because of the podcast and meeting so many different people and like understanding more relationships and the different dynamics of them, I think it's made me a better dater, maybe.
That's so interesting. I love that for you.
Not that I've gone on many dates, though.
Yeah, you've got better perspectives on the human condition now.
Yeah, and also for me, because I've gone through my first breakup and stuff and had my first relationship, really, I think that I'm a better dater because I put less pressure on it. Like, before, I'd be going on these dates
for validation.
Yeah, whereas now I'm not turning up to dates because I want somebody to like me. I'm turning up and being me, and if they like me, that's fine and that's good. I'm not trying to like put up a fake facade, whereas I was before.
Yeah, same. I used to want to be the cool girl all the time. Now I'm like, no, I don't need that. Right now, this is just not the space for me to date. So in turn, the podcast has not made me into a dater anymore. It's taken me out of the dating game, and it's for the best for my mental health. It's not my priority anymore. Finding the one is not my priority. Like, I've been married before. I don't need to chase that high anymore because I know what it's like to have a wedding. I know what it's like to have a marriage. Like, now it's time to experience life in different lenses.
That's our little learnings from this year.
What a crazy year, Yaz, and I just can't wait to learn more and fun, interesting things as the years go by. Like, we're only just getting started, like...
Yeah. This has just triggered me a bit because when you, not in a bad way, but you reminded me because when we're filming these episodes and we have these subtopics and we're talking about, like, closure, going back to your ex, I don't know, friendship breakups, all this sort of stuff. When you're living it, because like, we've all like this year lived different parts of those situations and subtopics, it's wild giving advice and then actually being in it.
Yeah. And I think like our advice stems from like what we've experienced. Some of my advice is based on absolutely do not copy what I've done, which is why I give advice. But also some of my advice is like, okay, like this is actually what I've learned. Maybe do this. Because if this worked for me, it could work for someone like me.
Yeah, exactly. But our advice might change too over the time. I think that's important to say too. Because your advice you give at different stages, it does change.
And it'll only get better as we have more experience in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to keep watching for this new year of the Breakup Diet.
I just feel like there's a shift in the atmosphere, babe. Like,
I know.
It's exciting.
I know. Just because it's not winter yet. It's the winter's coming and then we get like dark and gloomy and sad again.
And that's when we're in Sydney, so see ya.
Okay, Ilma, what are your intentions for this next year?
Okay. For the next year, in the context of the Breakup Diet, I want to interview more guests. I want to connect with more people. I would love to have a live show for our listeners at some point. That is something definitely we want to like look into in the summer, maybe.
Yeah, I think it'd be really nice as well also to hear the stories of others, like get full-on listener stories.
Yeah.
Like in person as well.
Yeah.
I think that would be really special.
Connecting in real life is also very important. Like we're so lucky to have a platform online, but hopefully one day we will be live. What do you want to achieve in year 2?
I just want to achieve, a bigger network of like growth and people and getting more exciting guests on, maybe different avenues that we haven't explored too much or like with specialists. I think that would be really interesting. And I mean, a massive aspiration of the year from me personally would be getting on somebody that really understands like the brain, like, and understands like emotions but like in depth, so that we can like analyze.
Like really get the science of it. I think that will be such a cool avenue to take. Like I would love to look into like an MRI scan of someone who's gone through a breakup, seeing like the parts of the trauma of the brain and understand that and how to like slowly close that.
Yeah. There was somebody on, this is different, but there was somebody on Stephen Bartlett's podcast. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but she was talking about like grief and obviously like having a breakup that you can't control, like you've lost somebody, you know what I mean? And how she was like talking about her brain in those situations, and she's like obviously a super intelligent lady, and I was like, that's so interesting that even like the smartest people in the world can't control how they're feeling in those moments where you would think they could.
Yeah, because they know all the understandings, but sometimes like the human emotion can overtake you. It can overtake everything that you've learned, and it's okay because we're people, we're humans, we're not AI.
Yeah.
We're not a robot. Like we're allowed to feel all these things. But yeah, year 2 is going to be big for us. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Hopefully more campaigns.
Yeah. More photo shoots.
Yes, we just want to be out and, take it internationally and just see where it goes. We're so excited. Like year 1 has been so amazing. It's changed my life beyond. Like it's changed my life in ways I didn't expect it to be. And wow, like the different perspectives I've learned about not just breakups, like the human condition in general. I feel so wealthy because I feel like I have an understanding of things that not many people would.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
True. Yeah. It's exciting. And thank you guys so much for even tuning in to year 1 and like our whole journey. Like we're so grateful. Honestly, so grateful that you come back and you listen to the episode. It means the world.
It really does. Like we wouldn't be here without you guys. We wouldn't been able to come this far without you guys. So a big thank you and stay tuned. Year 2 is here. Woo-hoo!